Capture cards. It's a way of getting a signal from an external camera into a computer so you can use them for virtual meetings or seminars. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can go from this to this. Let's get into it. Hi, this is Everyday Tech, a show about everyday tech for everyday people. In the past 7+ months, I've been living in a virtual world, working from home with virtual meetings, keeping in touch with family through video chat, and even all my church meetings are now virtual. I've attended weddings and baby showers virtually as well. I've had a few game nights virtually. In this video, I'm going to talk about a way to improve your video quality without spending too much money. Just to get a few things out of the way, this solution assumes you have a compatible external camera, such as a DSLR, mirrorless camera, GoPro, or even a camcorder. I'll talk about what it means to be a compatible camera later in this video. I'm going to talk about this $12 to $20 item. Why the price range? There are so many listings on Amazon of this generic, cheap capture card. They are branded under different names at various price points. If you search USB 2.0 capture card, you'll find at least 10 different listings of them, either looking exactly the same or slight variation of one another. The one brand, BlueAVS, comes with a USB extension cable, which is nice because these can take up a significant amount of space on your computer. These output at 1080p. It doesn't do 4K, but when you're on a Zoom call or streaming to YouTube, the most you're going to be able to stream out is about 1080p anyway. This capture card has worked with every camera I've thrown at it. My 4K mirrorless camera, camcorder, and even my GoPro. Back to what it means to be a compatible camera. You need a camera with a clean HDMI output. What does it mean to have a clean HDMI output? This means that the video that is output doesn't contain any other on-screen data. You don't want to have people on the other end seeing all the information on your camera or all the autofocus information. This gets very distracting. Here's an example of what I mean. You can see all the information here being shown from this camcorder. This particular camcorder or camera or camcorder, I can actually turn that info off. But many cameras out there don't have clean HDMI outputs. Obviously, you need an HDMI cable. One thing to note is most modern digital cameras have a micro HDMI port. In the case of this camcorder, I have a mini HDMI port. Either way, it needs to have a full-size HDMI port on the other end. The other thing you need to do is make sure you can turn off the auto shut-off setting of a camera. You don't want a camera shutting off in the middle of a meeting or seminar. Related to that, you don't want to run off battery power either. You can, but you don't want to constantly worry about whether your battery will last or not. Instead, most cameras these days have a power adapter. I'll link the one I'm using for my Sony camera in the description below. So the way it works is you attach one end of the HDMI cable into the camera, whether it be a micro, mini, or full-size HDMI, and then you attach the other end of the cable to the capture card. After you plug in the capture card to the USB port, you should now see the capture card as a video source or webcam in Zoom, FaceTime, or whatever platform you're using. And that's pretty much it. You have now gone from this to this. One important thing to note is audio. This capture card also will capture the audio from the microphones on your camera. You may or may not want that, so make sure you have the right audio settings in Zoom or whatever platform. Some cameras, such as this camcorder, don't even output the audio through the HDMI cable. I found that out the hard way right before an event, so make sure you test things out before you actually use it in a meeting or a webinar. The last thing to watch out for, depending on the platform you're using, and what computer you are using, this capture card, and in some capture cards in general, may occasionally not behave the way you want it to. The only platform I've had issues with this card is BlueJeans, which I have to use for work sometimes. The video gets scaled in weird ways. But if I'm streaming live to Facebook, it works perfectly. In fact, it works better than my $120 Elgato Camlink 4K. When streaming live on Facebook, it gets all weird. This probably has to do with the combination of my computer and the Facebook software. The other thing that other reviewers have questioned is its reliability. I've heard the question posed a few times. Will this eventually burn out? So far, I have not seen any issues. At $12, it's a risk I'm willing to take. But just in case, I bought 2 more as backup. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. I'll link to all the products I've mentioned in the description below. Until next time, see ya.